People are getting support, they're getting benefits, and what we're saying is from now on, people are going to have to do something in return for those benefits. These are people who've been unemployed for 3 years, and we're saying in return for that, you've either got to do some work in your community, like cleaning the graffiti up or cooking meals for the elderly, or you've got to be signing on every day at the job centre, or you need to be getting real help with some of perhaps your underlying problems like a drug problem or illiteracy. So we're saying there's no option of doing nothing for your benefits, no something for nothing anymore. People are going to have to do things to get their dole, and that is going to help them into work. That's the crucial point. This is all activity that is actually going to help them get ready for the world of work. Of course, we want more jobs, and there's great news today. For example, the company TNT Post are creating 1,000 jobs here in Manchester, and many of those jobs are going to be for long-term unemployed people. But in order to make sure people are ready for those jobs, they've got to have the right skills, they've got to have the right work talents and work attitudes, and this program of help is going to deliver that. It's going to create a culture where people are ready for work. And after all, these are people who've been unemployed for 3 years, so they've not been able to find work through the routes that currently exist. And previous governments of all colours have abandoned those people and just allowed them to sort of recycle in and out of job centres, collecting the dole, and people didn't really do anything about them. I think that's wrong. I think it's something we've got to learn from what went wrong in the past. We've got to help these people, but in return expect them to put something back into their community. Britain has turned a corner, but we've got a long way to go. I mean, that's exactly what I said a couple of weeks ago. That's what I'll be saying today. Of course, we've got a huge amount of work to do to make sure that we go on reducing our deficit, go on creating jobs, go on preparing Britain for the future. And anyone who thinks that the debt crisis is over, they only have to watch your news bulletins and they'll see problems in Italy, problems this week in Washington, D.C. We have to go on delivering an economic plan because that is the only credible plan for living standards. If you don't fix the economy, people don't get jobs, mortgages go up in costs because borrowing gets out of control, you're not able to take people out of tax. All those things would be a total disaster for this country's economy and a disaster for people's living standards.